Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury on the Pluta channel doing paid watch reviews. This is paid watch review 21QA87. Quick wristwatch check, and I'm wearing a Milgauss, a Rolex Milgauss. Okie dokie. Hello Arch. My name is P and I have sent you $100 to seek advice on my first nice watch purchase. I'm 27 years old and I currently daily wear a Seiko SARX055 on a blue leather strap. I spent $1,200 on this watch. It's a nice watch in my eyes since it has a nice dial and nice indices. I finally have my head straight on building my career and am doing well for myself. I'll be buying my new everyday watch sometime in July for my birthday or later on in the year as a Christmas present to myself. I've narrowed my search down to a Rolex 16234 for around $5,500 US, or a ArchieLuxury Reverso, maybe Grand Date model or Master Ultra Thin Moon Phase, or a Reverso Moon Phase, which costs about $8,000 to $9,000. One worry I have about buying a JLC is the horror stories about that crappy service center returning watches in worse condition than they went in. I will not be buying many watches after I buy my next watch, which will be either the 16234 or the ArchieLuxury. I will save up for a Lange & Son or a Patek Philippe. I do not want to dabble in the Omegas, Breguets, Tudors, etc. I was thinking of buying a Glashütte original Pano Reserve, but you have swayed me away from that throughout your videos. Thanks in advance for the review advice, and always wear in good health, Archie. Stay well. I forgot to mention, I must have a date function on the watch because I use it often when filling out forms. Okie dokie. So I gotta tell you, we got a guy here who wants to get 27-year-old. He's getting a little bit advanced in the years, but that's still quite young. Very, very young indeed there. He's got a Seiko. Now, I got to be completely honest with you. Seiko makes some pretty damn good stuff there. They are a brand that, I got to be honest with you, for the bucks, you can't go wrong. You can't really go wrong. Let me just have a look at this model. Okay, so it's like a Datejust, I suppose you could say, that watch there. Just having a look here. I'm just having a look if I can find a. Okie dokie. Yep. Okay, so that's the watch. Okay, that seems very nice. It's a Seiko. That's actually a Presage. No, it's not. It's not a Presage. That's not a Presage. Jesus. Let's have a look here. SARX055. Well, it's price point of a Presage. Interesting. Why isn't that coming up properly? That's a very good point there. Let me just have a sticky here. I'm trying to find exactly this watch that we're. Oh, okay, it's a baby snowflake. Okay, that's pretty damn cool. There was actually a review on Two Broke Watch Snobs. Let me just. Oh, okay, yeah, that is the watch. Yeah, it's a cool looking watch. Yeah, it is a Presage. Sorry, I stand corrected there. Okay, you know, at that price point there, it's a murky. Okay, so that is a decent watch, decent Seiko, but you want to get something realistic. What would I recommend there? Well, I gotta be completely honest with you. I was reading your review, and I was about to say, I was about to wrap it off my wrist. I was about to take it off my wrist and say, you know what? Why don't you get something like this? A beautiful blue dial, because you're a bit impartial to the blue. Oh, yeah, the blue leather. Blue leather. But blue is a great, I'd say, get something like a Milgauss. But then you had to wreck it by saying it needs to have a date function. And that kind of destroyed that fantasy for me there. I gotta be totally honest with you. I love JLC. What do I think about your snub at the service center? Look, JLC, ArchieLuxury, is owned by Richemont Group. Richemont owns Cartier, they own PAM, they own Vacheron, they own JLC. I don't know if it's a disaster like that there. I mean, look, the great thing is with JLC, they've got really long warranty periods, seven years, I think it is. So the thing is with JLC, the prices, look, I love JLC. I love the Reverso. I always have. Always loved Reversos. The thing is, of course, is that with these Reversos themselves here, when you start to look at it, it is a fantastic watch. The big problem is if you want an everyday watch to help you with your career, I'd really get something on a steel bracelet that is waterproof. Now, in your area there, I would definitely say get a Rolex. Why do I say that? Because it's really going to help your career. Getting a Rolex says you're a professional. It says you are serious, studious, hardworking. It's got a lot of plus side to it. Now, the thing is there, the problem with Rolex is, however, they are expensive. Now, the thing is this. We can get a black dial Milgauss with the GV, that's the green tinged glass. We can get one of those looking at David SW 8275. See, that's a fantastic watch. Now, the only problem is it doesn't have a date function. And that's a bit of a sticking point. I personally, I got to tell you my own advice. I think you're making a mistake getting a 36mm Datejust. I would seriously say to you, go Datejust 2. I would say that to you. I think Datejust 2 or 41, the 41mm size. Now, for I think the best Datejust, looking at David SW, there's a reference 126300, steel, silver stick dial, 1612 126300, Datejust, silver stick dial, steel bezel, oyster bracelet, and it's 8,500. I really do think getting a 16234, they're getting a bit old, okay? Because they were replaced by the 1616234. But I still think that is too small. It's too small, okay? the borderline in a sports watch, it's really got to be 38, 39, 40, 41 sort of size. And although the standard Datejust is a bargain at the 36 mil, I would seriously say to you, put a bit more coin in, get a Datejust. I'd get the 41 mil, get the bigger size. It will really, now the thing is, then we start looking at reference 126300. That's a Datejust 41, smooth steel bezel. We can get that an Oyster or a Jubilee. So 8.5 is for a silver stick dial. For 9.6, we can get it with a blue dial. So I'd probably, my best advice to you, if this is your one and done, besides the Seiko, please put a bit more in, get the bigger Datejust. I can tell you that now. Don't get the 36. It's too small. It's going to be a compromise. You will regret it. Just put a bit more in. Get the bigger size. Now, I got to be honest with you. I really do love the Milgauss. I also love the Air King. Now, they don't have a date. Air King, you can get high, mid-8s to just a bit over 9. David SW's got one at the moment, 9175. That's a 40 mil piece. I reckon that's a great watch. I would seriously say to you, please get the bigger size. Even if you have to drop the date, there's some beautiful pieces, the aesthetics. I would really get, you want to get I tell you this now, you want to get your first watch to help your career. The JLC is a great watch, but that's like a watch you buy for your 40th or your 35th birthday. Get a Rolex. Rolex is waterproof. Steel bracelet. It's got to be steel bracelet, waterproofing. That's what we need to get. Now, personally, I would go Milgauss, Air King, or Explorer One's actually exploded because they dropped it. It is exploded in price now. Yeah, that's exploded. I don't think that's good value. I would seriously say, my own opinion, seriously, get a bigger size Steel Sports Rolex or the Datejust. The Datejust, okay, Datejust isn't a sports watch, it's okay, but it's still waterproof. It's an amazing watch. Pull the trigger on the Datejust. 100%, 100%, 100%, without a doubt, without a doubt, without a doubt, without a doubt, I would pull the trigger. Triggers need to be pulled. Triggers need to be pulled. Get a big, I'd get Steel Sports. You're going to have to get Steel Sports Rolex. I would say it's more important to go for the bigger size than have the date. But if you want to hit both, get the Datejust. The JLC, I would get the JLC down the track. And then, of course, you get the Lange or the Patek. Well, let's not even go into that argument yet. Let's get you over the first hurdle. You want to buy a decent watch, Steel Sports Rolex. Steel Rolex, waterproof on a steel bracelet, and I would say get the bigger size. Most important, get the bigger size. Don't go 36 to 16 too. I've owned that watch. I love that watch. Too small, too small, too small. Don't get it, it's too small. You need to get at least 40 mil. That's my advice, guys. That's my advice. Guys, that's why I earn the bucks, because I give the hard advice. So there you go, P. That is my advice from the Pontiff. Guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put some comments, good, bad, negative, whatever you want to do there. I need paid reviews to survive. Without paid reviews, I can't survive on the Google ads. Paid reviews and Patreon. That's where I survive. Please, 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 please get a paid review done. $50 US. Look in the description. Please get one done. It'll keep me on the YouTube. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.